Well, I guess they already know who we are. I mean, our YouTube channel is a talking point, and we discuss real issue, like try to correct some of the misinformation that people put out there. So tonight your topic is going to be about West Africa. Basically, it's a different topic. It's not about female this time. So we will basically be talking about general issue. Sometimes we talk about women issue. We talk about other social issue. So this one is just about the misconception people have about West Africa and West Africa in general.
Yeah, the misunderstanding and this thing going around that West Africans are of criminal elements. You know, West Africans are criminals, basically.
And also people are referring to Nigeria specifically as West Africa, which of course is not. I mean, West Africa is huge. It's a big place, very diverse, different culture. But when it comes to West Africa, people always point to Nigeria, and people think everyone from West Africa is Nigerian. And when it comes to West Africa, people say, "Oh, Nigeria," which of course it's not. Just want to discuss this to clarify.
And tonight's episode is not an attack on Nigeria per se. It's just we clearing certain misconceptions about, you know, this when a person meets someone from West Africa, they automatically think, oh, West Africans the person is a criminal based on the fact that they've, you know, heard some stories, or they've dealt with some unfortunate situation, and whoever was involved happens to be from West Africa or the West African region. So yeah. So bro, how do we go about this? I mean, this West African issue that West Africans are criminals, you know. Especially, it's always the brothers and sisters from other parts of Africa that have this thing whereby if they meet a person from West Africa, oh, West Africa, you are from West Africa, you guys are bad, you guys are criminals. Like, what do you think about this whole, you know, misconception, this whole situation that's been going around for some time now?
I would say it's the lack of education, pretty much. Ignorance.
Yeah.
And you don't just pin on an entire region just because of one person, whoever you encounter.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not just also about the criminal element, but people tend to pin West Africa as, like I said, it's only about Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
So when you from West Africa, the first thing people think of is Nigeria. Like I said, West Africa is a big place. Lots of countries, different cultures.
16 countries.
Exactly. You have English.
Yeah.
Which is called the Anglophone. You have the
Francophone part. Yeah.
You have Portuguese. Yeah, they speak Portuguese in West Africa as well.
Yeah.
And when it comes to music too, there are a variety of music.
Yeah.
So Nigeria is not just
it's not the blueprint for how West Africa is.
Exactly. Especially with people going around with this Afrobeat. It's not really Afrobeat. This is about some Afro pop, because it's a general. If you listen to the so-called Afrobeat that they refer to, you listen to the rhythm, they have a variety of other West African and some part of Africa in the mix of
it. The fusion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you using the Afrobeat as a West African thing, is you have to really study West Africa, because it doesn't represent the entire West African region.
Yeah.
West Africa we all have a different set of music.
Yeah.
Even though it is the leading one, but there are different set of music you can hear from West Africa.
Right now. Right. Yeah. It's what is trending.
Exactly.
But historically, gazillion name it varieties of music coming out of West Africa.
Yeah.
And even some that a lot of people still don't even know to this day.
Even historically,
Yeah.
go back in history. At that time, there was no way you call Afro pop that people refer to as
exactly.
Afrobeat. Back then, we had like you had the Abroem or Mapuka.
Mapuka. Exactly.
All those
High Life from Ghana. Yeah.
And then you go down into Senegal or Mali or other places, you had it or what? You had this Kora.
The Kora, yes.
And then they what's the music they had in Senegal back then? We have Youssou and Do and
Youssou Do, Ismailo.
Yeah.
Then you come to Salif Keita, you know, Mali.
Exactly.
Amadou and
and you have Mori Kante.
Yeah,
all those. So I mean, West Africa is
it's very diverse.
Very diverse.
Very
it's
diverse.
Not just Nigeria. So just wanted to clarify something concerning this.
And even when you go to the food, like they've made jollof rice to be like the blueprint of how of what West African food is. Jollof rice is actually it's a very little part of what the food coming out of West Africa is. Don't get me wrong, yeah, jollof rice is popular, but
it's not really a thing.
There are hundreds of other foods out there coming from various West African countries that are very, very good, very tasty, and even more nutritious than the so-called the jollof rice. Yeah.
I don't know why people be talking about this jollof thing as if jollof rice and this whole competition between Nigeria and Ghana.
Yeah.
No, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We have so many other good foods in West Africa that you can visit and try.
And
you will enjoy it. It's much better than the jollof rice.
And when you visit West Africa, don't have this idea or this thing in your head that jollof rice is what you are going to. There are other foods that you can try that are even way better, like I said, than jollof rice. So yeah, these are some of the things that we really need to look into. Educate yourself. Because West Africa is not just one thing.
Yeah,
it's not just a linear thing.
Look up the map and look at the western coast. Look up the map. All these countries name will come up, and you can watch some video from various countries and study their culture and get to know about them.
Exactly.
Study other different things. I mean, you have varied, like you say, the food you have at Cheke, you have all those stuff. It's not just about jollof rice.
Exactly.
West Africa is huge, different culture, and you will even you will learn a lot. Especially with the internet, smartphone, all these things.
Yeah.
Instead of just drawing your attention on one location or one certain group of people.
Yeah.
Referring to them as West Africa.
West Africa.
I mean, it's something we wanted to touch on. So you can help yourself by doing that.
You can look further. You can research on your own time. You can talk to people. If you have any friend from that region, you can talk to them and find out more about the various places, the various cultures, the rich cultures coming out of that region. Bro, there's one other thing. That's what I really want us to touch on, that the criminal element, when something happens, and say me or you when we go somewhere, and where you guys from? Where you guys from? Okay, I'm from Africa. Yeah, but what country? Because I think people tend to judge you or give you this rating based on where you're from or the country you're from. Mm-hmm. It's not just them wanting to know what country you're from, but I think there's always a larger picture behind them wanting to know the country that you're from, this borderline countries or the cage that the person is from. So they don't want to just be satisfied with the fact that you give them the answer of you being an African, or just generally say you're from the western part of Africa. They want you to either call out the country or your ethnic affiliation, if
those colonial names.
Exactly. So guys, at the end of the day, yeah, everybody is from somewhere, but we are defined by one thing, the one commonality, which is our race or the pigmentation of your skin. But with that being said, mentally or up here, we differ. The fact that we all claim Africans or we are Africans doesn't mean mentally we are we are on the same page when it comes to what really defines what an African is. I don't want to talk away from the subject, but recently I saw a video. I think you saw the same video, and it was the brother Wodimaya, you know, and he said when he got to South Africa, the guy, the immigration officer, was like, "Oh, so you are from West Africa, Ghana? You guys are criminals." I just want us to clarify, right? Because if a person is from, say, Togo, and generally if the person travels somewhere, is that person also a criminal or what? Because I know a lot of people are not that
familiar with those kind of names.
Exactly. Just because a few bad eggs are rotten doesn't mean it should affect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the ECOWAS.
The passport.
Even if the person is not from the same country as the person, whoever you encounter.
Once they see the ECOWAS, on the passport,
they refer to, oh, you was African, which of course is not. That's why we're saying Africa need to study their continent, and we need to get to know each other, because that's one thing we're not aware of. Especially when it comes to people from the southern region, southern part of Africa, and the eastern part of Africa. They are very ignorant when it comes to West Africa or West African as a whole. Yeah, I mean, try to study other people. If you don't know something, you ask. Like I said, you have the internet. Yeah,
don't watch a Nigerian movie or listen to some Afrobeat music and just paste it on. The people from Mali and people from Senegal or whatnot.
Exactly. Let's say you encounter a criminal before, maybe, let's say for example,
a fraud boy or somebody defrauded you of I don't know, whatever the amount of money it is, but just don't take that frustration or anger on the next person.
Don't generalize.
Yeah, if somebody is from Uganda and a person from Kenya, somebody from Rwanda, and somebody from Rwanda or Uganda did me wrong, I'm not going to take it out on the Kenyan. Neither am I going to take it out on the fellow Ugandan or Rwandese, right? It's just that individual that I'm going to have the issue with. So just don't take that one person's mistake or their wrongdoing towards you and just paste it on, the general population of that region.
Exactly. It's the truth, man.
So it's just the thing that we just wanted to quickly clarify here.
And also, too, one thing I will also tell Nigerian, this is not hate, but you people have to understand one thing, and you guys are from West Africa yourself, you know this very well. Don't be ignorant. West Africa is big. Nigeria is not West Africa. Stop this title-driven mentality, this colonial, Western-driven. I would say pushed by the West, and you people just hook on it like
the conceived idea, yeah.
This giant, this power, this is nonsense.
The giant of Africa,
it's nonsense.
It's all nonsense.
Have some conscious awakening, man. You people have your own problem. Why would you
internal problems?
Why would you accept a title instead of doing the actual work, and you are running after a title? Forget all this thing, man. West Africa is a big place. We are all African, but this title thing is, I would say, is based on ignorance. Just something I'm going to clarify.
Yeah.
So Nigeria is not West Africa. West Africa is big.
Yeah. We take pride in foreign conceived identities that have been, that we've been made to buy into.
Yeah, we put to buy into stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when it's given, when the name is from the West, and they put it on us as this like a label.
Yeah.
And we just hold on to it. Oh yes. Start to spray like fire.
Yeah, subconsciously. And a lot of the damage comes from the fact that the older generation, didn't address these issues, and it's trickled down to this very present day. I mean, I'm not going to put the blame on them entirely. They did what they had to do, but yeah, we carry the burden of a lot of the a lot of the things they didn't address or they left unattended to from decades ago, and a lot of us, the ones that have not come to that awakening, are going to pass down or are passing down to their kids, and their kids are going to grow up, and the cycle of ignorance is going to continue on. So we should come to that. We should come to that realization that a lot of the things that we've been made to buy into are all, these are all foreign concepts, and we shouldn't run around with it with that pride. Like my brother said, this title-driven thing whereby, we are the giant of Africa, we are the this and that, we have the largest military, and so on. I can keep going on and on. A lot of the nonsense that we think are things that are of essential means when it comes to the day-to-day life of the modern African. These are all superficial things that don't really
divide us.
Exactly, divide us. Exactly, they keep us just to keep us docile. So yeah, we should come to that rude awakening, and get ourselves together, and do what we need to do as a people in order to advance, because the African today has got no friends out there. That's one of the things we really need to understand. And actually, it's actually one of the very basic things the African today should understand. And this is not just a West African thing, but generally, I'm talking about the whole African space right now, because we have no friends out there. I don't want to get into the specifics right now.
We just stick to the African topic, basically. I mean, what we're trying to say is that, get to know your fellow African.
Exactly.
East, get to know West. West, get to know East.
East, get to know South. South, get to know West. Exactly. Also, get to know North, even though... Yeah, get to know North, West, get to know North. East, get to know North. South, get to know Central,
It shouldn't be based on perception.
Exactly. Exactly.
Study your own continent, study your own people.
Yeah.
So West Africa, like I say, is a big place, man. So it's not just Nigeria.
Yeah.
Look it up, do your research, study your. Some of you have friends,
Talk to them.
Yeah.
Sit them down.
We all don't speak the same. We don't sound the same. So these are some of the things that, even though we all West African, but we have some different similarity. It's not the same, the culture when it comes to it. So if a person is wearing an African from top to toes, it's not a Nigerian thing. It's a West African thing. So just something to be aware of, and we just wanted to touch on this real quick.
Yeah.
But we'll be coming with more deeper issue when it comes to music, food, and other stuff. But we just wanted to touch on this real quick.
Alright, guys.
Because we've been hearing a lot of ignorant stuff out there.
Yeah.
It's not a hate, we're just telling you to, study other things. Yeah. Get to know other people from West Africa as well. Okay.
So yeah, guys, just a quick, just to round up things. Yeah. So just like he said it all. Look forward to a lot of our content coming up. We'll be dropping videos every week. A lot of the social issues going on in the African space and the world in general is going to be covered. And subscribe. The button is going to be there. It's there right now. Just click and just share the video, get the word out, and stay safe.
Peace out.